Well, we kicked off this episode talking about Kevin Durant's comments about the NBA All Star Game compared to the NHL All Star Game and why the NBA sucks and really why it is just almost unbearable to watch, even though we subject ourselves to it. We do it. I know we do it for you guys, but it's almost unbearable to watch. We talk about kind of old school basketball and new school ways, and then it's just freestyle. If you like what we do, don't forget to like and subscribe to us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, on YouTube. Leave us a comment. Welcome to the number one local sports podcast in Central Florida. This is Sandlot Sports. I am Adam Capison. I'm here with Dorian Cody
What's up?
and BJ Thomas.
This is the toughest part of the year, folks.
Yeah, so I cannot believe I'm going to start with this, but I figured we'll get this out of the way. Dorian last week wanted to talk about the NBA All Star Game, and BJ wanted to slap him through the TV. But there was something that came up because of it. So I didn't realize this because I don't pay attention, and I don't think either you two either do. Because can either of you name who won the Stanley Cup last year?
The who?
Yeah, exactly. Not the Stanley Cup that the white women have, but like the big Stanley Cup for hockey.
No, I have no idea who did what.
Was it the Lightning?
No. so,
That's all right.
so it was
Panthers.
It was the Florida Panthers. So
All right.
we don't
Florida
follow
team.
hockey, but the NHL had their All Star game last week. Okay. Now they did what the NBA should do. They didn't do East Coast, West Coast, and all that. They said, okay, these four countries go. Okay. And it was the highest rated hockey game since 2003. Now, granted, some of that was because Canada hates us, but some of that was because of the countries. Kevin Durant, of all people, came out and said that the NHL is more popular because there is more loyalty within the league, and the NBA needs to work on loyalty from the players to the teams.
Mm.
And I was like, Kevin, there was a thing called a mirror. You should look into it because A, you're soft as Charmin. B, you change teams whenever things go bad. So I don't want to hear about loyalty.
Right. Um, yeah, I mean, you pretty much put it in a nutshell. It's just the thing with the NBA is that, like you said, like there there's no loyalty amongst teams, right? Especially players. I mean, they're gonna go where the money is, right? But also too, like back in the day, you had superstars who would do their best to try to play 82 games, right? Compared to today's superstar, I think the most was somebody played like 70 games. I think 70 games. So it's but before we could talk about loyalty to teams, we need to talk about, loyalty to the fans, right? Like the people who come and pay to see you do your craft. Like whatever happened to that? Like, I think about the 90s and those teams, like those Knicks and Heat rivalries to where people who were on the injury list who would go to the doc and say, "Hey, man, like I want to play in this game because I want to go up against so and so." Like, what happened to that competitive fire? Like, it's not there anymore. Instead of, we would look forward to seeing Shaq and Patrick Ewing, going head to head, and now it's like, if a person's like, "Oh shoot, I hurt my toe, so I'm not going to play tonight." You know what I'm saying? So that competitive fire seems as if it's gone. So if that competitive fire isn't there, nobody's going to care about an All Star game. You I mean, shit. I mean, they're rarely playing, you know, 82 games, if not that. I think I saw like they were playing like in the 60s, like 20 games less than what they were playing back in, during the 90s when we were watching those games. So
Okay.
I think it's more of an inner issue than anything.
Yeah, not to completely discount you, but I was just pulling up the numbers as we
Hmm.
were talking. So this is just a random sample, but Giannis, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown all played 70 games last year.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so there is that. But yeah, I mean, again, if you don't care, why do we?
Right. Yeah.
So, and that's about the extent of what BJ wants to talk about the All Star game. So we'll go with that. But I mean, it's a soft league, and they've been given whatever they wanted, realistically, because the NBA they've got guaranteed contracts, and if a star player isn't happy for whatever reason, because he's a big ass baby, he'll get his way out of town quickly. Not like the NFL, where if you're unhappy, well, tough shit. There's the door. Get the fuck out, and I've cut your contract.
Yeah. I believe when like Jordan, Bird, and Magic, when they saw the future of the NBA, I don't think that they saw that it will be this soft. I think that they were like, okay, we're building a foundation of something to where it can be worldwide, but it can still be competitive, right?
And I guess my question is, what changed? Like, what caused it to change?
Um, I'm not going to blame one player, but I saw
You can
the
blame
shift
LeBron.
of
It's
it.
okay. We're friends here.
I'll say this: when LeBron came into the league, they saw dollar signs and they were like, "Hey, like he's even though Kobe embodied more of a Jordan mentality than anybody, they saw LeBron dollar signs, so they catered to him. The thing about in the '90s with Jordan, they catered to Jordan too, but Jordan still he had that competitive fire where like, no, I'm still gonna play. I still want to bust people ass. You know what I'm saying? Like he was ushering the league to a place to where it was at least gonna be the NBA will be the second most watched thing when it comes to sports worldwide. At least they tried to, right? But now what's happening? Even though we have international players, it's like I think LeBron made it more commercialized, like more so, like for example, um, all right, when he was 18, they anointed him to be the king, right? So as he came into the NBA, they started treating him like it. Like they catered to him, even to the point to where, um, I think who was his? I think Paul Silas was his coach, right? When he first started with Cleveland, Paul Silas,
Sounds right.
right? He didn't like how Paul Silas was coaching. So he went up to the owner and was like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling Paul Silas. Paul Silas out of there." Right? So it's like they started giving him all this power to the point where like he started running the league. Like Jordan didn't run the league because David Stern was like, "Hey, like you are our prime product, but you're not going to run the league." Right? Jordan understood. You're like, "Hey, I just want to bust people ass, make money. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the face of the league." There was an understanding there. But when LeBron came, they gave the keys to the league to LeBron. And that's why I feel as if right now, you know, that competitiveness, like it went from being competitive to like everybody's friends. Everybody dap each other out and stuff. And it's like, no, like Jordan, like when it came to Bird and Magic and all those guys, in the off season, they were cool. During the season, I'm not fucking talking to you. I'm trying to bust your ass, right? Like, Bird, you put me out of the playoffs X amount of times. Now I'm turning the favor, right? Magic, at one point you was the face of the league. Now I'm busting your ass. In the off season, I'll take you to dinner. We can chill. During the season, like we are competitive. That's what I'm saying. Like that competitive fire isn't there. Like LeBron, he's hugging everybody. Usually, back during the '90s, you'll give a dude a nod, you'll give him a little bump, but it's like we about to go to war. I sound like an old timer.
Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting for you to shake your fist at that clouds.
I don't know, man. It's just I know. I think the most competitive I've seen was during the Olympics when they played for their respective countries, and it wasn't a whole bunch of hugging and shit going on. It was
It's
like,
why the NHL did their four
yeah,
nations face off or whatever the hell it was called. It worked,
yeah,
and it was funny. I took my daughter to a friend's birthday party over the weekend, and we were just talking, and she brought it up. Like I was just kind of just chilling, but she brought it up. She was like, "Who was better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?" And I'm kind of trying to like, who are you? And I said, Jordan. She was like, "Well, my math teacher gets into it with all the boys in class, and they say LeBron James, and then and she's like, well, they glaze him, like that's a different connotation. We won't go there.
Mm.
But I'm like, I hate to generalize an entire generation, but you guys are wrong. So
Yeah. Now the real question is that do you think that do you think the NBA can get back to being competitive?
no,
And if you do think
no,
so, where does it start?
it's it's going to start. I don't think will get back to where it was, but it's going to start when they encourage more drives to the basket and more contact down low.
Mm.
Okay, because if you notice, games can get chippy nowadays when
Mm-hmm.
guys will drive and they'll get knocked around like Jordan
Mm-hmm.
used to, like Magic used to,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't drive as much. It's a lot of drive and kick, a lot of just
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shoot from 30 feet because I think I can because I think I'm Steph. So
Mm-hmm.
when they start de-emphasizing longer shots, I think you'll get back to the more, I don't want to say competitive, but more aggressive style of basketball.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, bring back Charles Oakley, bring back Belly and Beer. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Why not
Yeah.
have a fight a game? Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just um with the way that they call games and with the with that I don't know, it just like we talked about it a couple of episodes before, but like now like true basketball fans to a certain point, we took the San Antonio Spurs for granted. Beautiful basketball, being able to work it in and out. You know, uh, the Ginobili's being able to be elusive into the lane, and Tony Parker getting into the lane and defense. Like beautiful basketball. Outside of the Spurs, the last team that I saw that moved the basketball like that was the 2015 Warriors. 2015, 2016 Warriors. After that, it's like, you come down, set a pick, and shoot it, you know, or you get it to the lane, and instead of putting the floater, taking it to the rack, you kick it out for a three, which is fine. I get it, but it's like that fluidity of moving the basketball, man. It's you don't see it.
I don't think you ever will. I don't think you ever will again. No. Before I let BJ loose, because I know he's itching to talk about topics that aren't basketball right now. I have one more thing I sent you guys in the group chat. Um, this was an ESPN contributor. Okay, keep that in mind. He says that the reason why Luka was traded to the Mavericks was that what Jaylen Brown did to Luka in the finals, shutting him down, guarding him full court, making him unbearable offensively, led Dallas to question whether Luka should be the leader of the team.
Um,
And I
I
have thoughts.
Go ahead. I don't know here.
That's fucking stupid.
uh, Now, I just think that they're trying to cover their asses. What happened was you traded a generational player for an injury prone all star. Is what they did. Now you're like, oh shit, I think we should have done that. It's too
Yeah.
late. So now you're gonna your media team is gonna put out all type of outlets. But I think they play tonight, right? The Mavs and Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Luca is going to go fucking ham. He's going to prove to you why he's Luca Doncic tonight. So, but yeah, that doesn't make any sense. They just need to own it. Like, you know,
Well, I know I'm gonna catch some flack if people at work hear this, so I do apologize. I'm here. But rich people have a pattern of making mistakes and blaming other people for them.
Right.
That's just bottom. That's just the way things are. Rich people will will screw up, will lose billions of dollars, and
Right.
find some way to blame you and me.
Right. Yeah.
It's the way
Basically.
things are. Welcome to America.
Yeah. um, I do have a question though. So with the addition to Jimmy Butler, I think the Warriors are 6-1, and the Heat are 1-5, I believe. Um, Draymond Green went on and said that the Warriors is going to win the NBA championship.
What the fuck is it supposed to say?
Right, right. I mean, yeah, I get it, but it's like, uh, yeah, I mean that's a tall stretch because
I
the
mean,
thing about it is,
I don't mean to interrupt, but I hate with a passion interviews like that.
yeah,
Well, we asked the guy, and he thinks they're gonna win. Of course he
exactly,
does.
right, right, right. And the question I would ask is like, what sets your team apart from the other teams who feel as if they can win a championship, right? Because like you said, yeah, I mean, of course you're gonna say, yeah, like, yeah, I believe our team gonna win championship. But here's the thing, um, Oklahoma City across the board, when healthy, they remind me of they remind me of a young Sacramento Kings team that was giving the Lakers fits, right?
And how many titles did they win?
Right, exactly. But back then, the NBA was a little bit tougher. Oh, it was tougher, but back then, like the NBA is such a finesse league now. Um, could they win? Yeah, like it. Yeah, I can see them win the championship. I don't think they will. I think Boston's going to win again. But the NBA is such a finesse team now to where a team like Golden State could make it to the NBA finals, right? Back in the day, like with the toughness of like the Knicks and the Spurs and stuff, these teams wouldn't make it out of the first round. But due to the fact where they call the games, uh, you know, with the type of finesse that it has, yeah, I could see Oklahoma City going to the NBA final. Um, but I just feel as if I think like with Golden State with a player like Jimmy Butler and with Steph, it gives Golden State so when Steph Curry has to go to the bench, they have a go-to scorer, right? And that's what they've been missing because when they had Wiggins, when Steph Curry got out of the games, it's like Golden State be up by 10, and then by the time Steph comes back, they're down by 6. So they're able to keep leads a lot longer. Um, I still feel as if Golden State they should have found a way to try to get like another shooting big man. Like I think that would have solidified them at least going to the NBA. I mean the Western Conference Finals. But they don't have a shooting big man. And I think that's going to be their Achilles heel going up against uh, a Denver or OKC or hell even the Mavericks. If the Mavericks are healthy, like their big men are healthy, it's going to cause trouble for them. So.
If the Mavericks are healthy with an often injured star, okay, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
We'll go with
I mean, so I don't know how I don't know how that's going to pile up with AD, um but yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how what shakes up with Golden State. But they're playing solid basketball. So
that. It'll be fun to watch. So
mhm.
they're one of the teams that's kind of in that play in that can make a
Mhm.
run because normally like the team that wins the play in tournament has kind of like made to the conference finals, the
Mhm.
NBA finals. So You kind of get that momentum. It's like the play-in game from the NCAA tournament. You kind of get momentum and you start moving forward. So we'll see. So I'm going to ask BJ the question that's been going around the internet. So can you tell me 5 things that you would want Elon Musk to know that you've done this week?
Paid as much attention to his children as he has. I don't know. That's a tough subject. That's an actual problem.
my favorite that I saw on social media is like the 5 things that I did this week. Your mom, all 13 of your baby mamas. I was really busy on Thursday, and your son, and your daughter. So,
well, I was gonna say, have you guys seen the latest mock draft for the NFL for this year?
No.
I don't really pay attention until like after the college basketball tournament because it's I think BJ said it best. It's lion season. They're just gonna lie their ass off. There's no point of following it.
And half of them know about as much as we do.
Yeah. Come on. I mean.
So I just don't pay too much attention to it.
Yeah, the 49ers traded. Go ahead.
No, it's just like hoping for Christmas presents. You're going to get exactly what your family gets you. There's no point in worrying about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the 49ers traded their entire draft for Trey Lance. So, whatever.
I just, man, it's like, I was watching, they were saying, Cam Ward going to the Browns. It was like, ugh. Like, at some point, like, does the NFL, do they hold, like, these owners accountable for, like, for their shitty teams? Like, when they have these owners meeting, does Roger Goodell's like, hey, I know I work for you, but the product that you're putting out on the field sucks. Like,
what does he care? No, I mean that in all seriousness. What does he care? Fans still go to the games. They still make billions of dollars. Yeah. Why does he care? I mean, I saw a thing out the other day that Facebook made $25 billion in profit last year. And their products are legitimately worse than they were 5 years ago. Microsoft is the same way. Why? Because they don't care. As long as they're making money, they have no incentive to get better. So, Roger Goodell, sure, hey, Browns, you want to suck? Go right on ahead. Don't care. Doesn't matter.
I saw them. They're thinking about making a prequel to The Sopranos. I'm excited about that.
Oh, that'd be good.
With James Gandolfini's son.
Oh, see, that's really cool when they do that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I've rewatched The Sopranos like 3 times because the seasons are long enough and the episodes are long enough where you'll forget something by the next time you watch it.
Mm-hmm. And the writing is really, really good as opposed to some of the shows now. Actually, most of the shows now.
I started watching White Lotus. Have you seen that yet?
I have not. I've wanted to. I've heard it's really good.
It's awkward good. It's weird. I kind of like it though. Yeah, it's different. I don't know how to describe it, but it's fun to watch.
Good.
Kind of get you hooked in, and they have it set up to where like I think every season is a new resort, so there's a different cast.
Oh, okay. See, I know American Horror Story did that. It was the same cast, but it was a different story every season.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was completely different characters, different story, the whole bit. And I thought that was a neat way of doing it.
There's only one person that's made it through to the 2nd season so far. I haven't made it to the 3rd season, but I like it. It's just
good.
Weird. I don't know how else to describe it. Maybe I don't have the vocabulary to describe it, but it's weird. But it is entertaining. Keeps me involved.
I mean, I will say probably the only thing that I've watched with a plot recently, just because it's hard to follow stuff with the kids, is High Potential. It's on
I haven't
ABC.
seen that.
It's a good show. It's a high functioning. I don't want to call her autistic, but that's kind of where they're kind of going. Um, she just overanalyzes everything, like all different clues, and tries to solve mysteries. So it's pretty neat.
Sounds interesting. I haven't even heard it. I haven't even heard of it being on TV.
Yeah, it's on ABC.
Okay. Yeah, I've become more of a TV show watcher than I am a movie watcher. I've been so disappointed in the movies for years now that it's maybe one movie a year that is actually worth watching. Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right. I mean, honestly, I haven't watched a movie since. Oh, okay. I've watched Black Widow in the theaters with my daughter when that came out. That's been the only movie I've watched in the theater since COVID. The kids will have some of the like. They watched Sonic 3 the other day, and I caught like half of it because I was going back and forth. I can't sit because I've got chasing the little ones around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a TV show you might be able to get an episode in or something
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. Like I can watch, especially like if it's like a network show, which is only 40 minutes. I can catch that like while
Right.
they're doing stuff.
Yeah. But I've been going back and watching shows on HBO Max. I've watched Eastbound and Down. Have you ever
Oh,
seen
that's
that?
awesome. Yes.
Holy shit, that's nuts! And the Righteous Gemstones, they have a new season coming out. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay.
I just don't have it in me to watch basketball. It's a terrible, terrible thing to watch right now.
I will have it on in the background. You know, because I'll be cleaning and doing stuff, so I'll have that on in the background, and I normally have in the morning Sports Center on just to kind of catch and have background noise because I refuse to watch the news. So I'll have that for background noise on, you know, and in the morning, so I kind of catch what's going on. But it's just it's a lot of just chucking the ball up. Like I
Yeah.
watched the Knicks Celtics game Sunday as the kids were outside playing, and the Knicks had a massive comeback against the Celtics because Boston, like we talked about ball movement, like there was none. There was Tatum bring ball up court, Tatum shoot. Brown bring ball up court, Brown shoot. It was disgusting.
I don't know. That doesn't enthrall me. It doesn't draw me in. It doesn't keep me watching.
Because there's no flow to the games.
Not at all. And it used to be like basketball used to be a game of runs,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's been chipped away at too.
Well, and it used to be like if you got up 10-15, like you knew that lead was safe because you could play defense and it was hard for teams to score. Now teams will just chuck it up, and if they get hot, look out. But otherwise, it's gonna be like the Magic losing by 40 tonight.
Mm-hmm. Magic fell apart quick,
Yeah,
and it's because they can't shoot.
and part of it is Suggs is out, Mo is out. Suggs was their best 3-point shooter. Mo would bang it down low, and
That says a lot.
yeah. Yeah, I know they got KCP to shoot threes, but he hasn't been doing that.
If I recall correctly, he's just barely over 30% right now.
I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, Caldwell Pope for the season is shooting 30.5% from three.
Yeah, 30.5. That is not green light territory.
No, and how much of that is like he's in Orlando and it just sucks the talent out of you, and how much of that is him not playing with Jokic?
Well, there's definitely not a reason, as much of a reason for the defense to collapse against the Orlando Magic. That's for sure.
Yes.
So I think it would be fair to say, without analyzing too much of anything, that he's probably not getting as many open shots as he did in Denver.
And I mean, that's a huge chunk of it.
That's what I would think.
You know, Boncara's going to get some double teams, but they're not gonna come down from KCP like they did in Denver. It's just not the way
Yeah, but
it
you
is.
almost don't even want to turn your back on Jokic.
No,
So that's a big deal.
yep. And it's something that spacing helps, and just having somebody down low that can actually score in the paint, that helps a lot. Not just a guy that can slash, but a guy that can just bang it down low. And I know we've talked about this in the past, but I think if prime Shaq played today, not Boston Celtics Shaq, but like LA Shaq played today, he'd average 50 points a game. Ain't no one can go to guard him. And if you took that Magic team that made the finals with Shaq, with Anderson, Penny, and Dennis Scott in today's league, he'd average 130 points a game.
Maybe.
Yep. BJ's having some audio issues, so he's gonna figure that out, and we will figure that out too. So, so Dorian, while BJ's kind of figuring out his audio, whatever the
Yeah.
hell that is, have you been following college basketball at all?
Um, a little bit. Mostly Florida. Um, I've always been a fan of Florida basketball. Part of the reason being is I used to go to basketball camp at University of Florida. Oh, excuse me. I did it from my fifth grade year to my eighth grade year, and I was able to see some cool people. I met Vince Carter because he came there. It was Vince Carter, Rasheed Wallace, um, who else? The University of Florida players like Andrew DeClerc. Um, I met Jason Williams was there. He did a clinic one time, so I had great memories there. But outside of that, I was following the Florida Gators basketball team. Um, they, I like, I like how they spread the ball. They can shoot it. They remind me of a, uh, they remind me of a young, I would say a young Duke team like back in the early 90s as far as how they like move the ball and they don't have like a go-to scorer. It's like um well they have the one guy I can't think of his name. I think his name Johnson.
Well, you're gonna
But
have to learn,
they
because we're gonna do a bracket here in a couple weeks, so just pay attention.
yeah. So I've been following Florida Duke of course because of Cooper Flag. Um
He's not coming to
Arizona,
Orlando.
huh?
You're okay. He's not coming to Orlando. You'll be okay.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I know he's not coming here. Um but yeah, I'm watching some of the college basketball. I mean, it's actually been more competitive than an NBA, like because they have something to play for.
So,
You
well,
know,
let me ask you this: who's number one
mhm.
right now?
Number one, I believe is either Alabama or Duke.
Nope, you're wrong on both accounts.
Who is it?
Auburn.
Auburn. Oh, okay. Well, I knew Auburn was in the top five.
Yep.
Um,
So this will make BJ happy. So I'm looking at the top five, top six right now. There are one, two, three, four SEC teams in the top
yeah,
six.
yeah. Football schools who are in the top six. Football schools at that. You got Bama, you got Auburn,
Florida.
yeah, Florida. Um, And then there's another football school that's in the top 10. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was shocked. Like Alabama was ranked number one a couple of weeks ago, and then I can say lost their number one ranking. But yeah, the games I've been watching, they've been competitive. They've been having big guys get the ball in the post and doing post moves. As a matter of fact, Auburn has a nice center, with some nice post moves. Man, it's exciting to watch. Unfortunately, as they transition to the NBA, those post moves they're gonna have to move them out and force them to shoot threes, which is going
which
to
is
be
which
a
is stupid.
travesty.
I mean, again,
Right.
no,
Right.
I will say this. So last year, Rick Pitino called out. I think it was was it Pitino? Yeah, it was Pitino. Um, Called out the St. John's team. Said they couldn't shoot, they couldn't dribble, they can't pass. We've been here all season. Y'all suck. I can't believe I inherited this team. Okay, and we all three of us collectively went. You can't do that with kids these days. They're gonna walk out. Well, that same St. John's team is number 7 in the nation.
Mm,
So
promising.
I mean, he did something right.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to light a fire under kids. I mean, um, I know a lot of people say it's a different time,
Well,
but
it really isn't. Okay, kids crave structure. They have since the dawn of time.
mm,
They crave structure. They crave feedback. How you
right,
give them that feedback is a different
right,
conversation, but they want to be better.
right,
Okay, I don't blame the kids nowadays.
right,
I blame the parents.
right. It's apparent.
And some of it's not their doing. They're working 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs sometimes because you can't afford to eat nowadays.
Right,
So they're not at home to actually parent their children.
right,
But when they are, you need to be a parent. You can
right,
be nice and fun. You're not their friend. You're their
right.
parent. And here's the thing: if you're their friend, if you're as a parent, if you try to be their friend, your dog's gonna end up in OnlyFans. That's
Right.
just the way it is. Tough.
Facts. Facts. So I tell you, you know what? So let's unpack that. So I was telling someone about like kids, right? And I hate the fact where you got some people, if they come across a spoiled kid, they want to fault the kid. That kid didn't ask to be here, first off, and two, that kid has to be allowed behaviors to be able to exhibit that. So it's on the parents. If your kid if your kid is going to school telling the teacher, "Hey, kiss my ass," right? And then the teacher tells you that your kid is being disrespectful, and you're going, oh, "Okay, I'll have a conversation with him," and don't have a conversation with him, you're supporting that behavior because you're not
Well,
addressing it.
and here's the thing: if your kid's going to school, telling the teacher to kiss his ass, you've already lost the game.
Yeah,
There is no amount of parenting you can do to fix that. You've
yeah,
already lost.
yeah, yeah,
Because if they think that's acceptable, A, they picked it up from you, and B, it's already done. Like the damage is
yeah,
already done. So tough.
right,
And that's why, like, my 3-year-old will sit there and just scream and cry to get his way. I just let him go.
yeah,
I ain't doing it. My wife
right,
was like, well, he just wants this. I know what he wants. He's not
right,
getting it, not with that
right,
behavior.
exactly, exactly. It seems as if dads are more like we, and this is no knock to mothers, but kids know who they can like push the envelope with because mothers are nurturing. Mothers, oh, come here, you have to understand. But when you're dealing with the father, especially father dealing with sons, right, and knowing that okay, we're teaching this kid a life lesson because the world is not going to cater to him, right? The world, because he cries and wants something, the world's going to be like, no, tough shit, right? So having that balance of having the mother to understand, hey, like we're teaching a life lesson. Right now, you don't want to hear the screaming and the crying, and it bothers you. But at the end of the day, he's realizing that, hey, like, there's a certain way that you must behave and carry yourself so you can be able to get the things that you want. Screaming and crying, that doesn't work well, especially with most men.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm most men.
and,
It never works well with me.
and here's the thing. So if kids are simple, people are
Mhm.
simple. Okay.
Right.
If I want a thing and I perform an action and I get that thing, I'm going to keep doing that action to get my thing.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
Right.
So if you encourage that behavior by giving them what they want,
Right.
that's what's going to happen.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So don't, you can be nice. You can have fun with your kids, and I implore you to do have fun with your kids. Go spend time with them. Have a great time. When they screw up, don't defend them, because if you spend their childhood defending them, when they get older, their lawyer will too.
Yeah. Thanks.
So BJ, you got any questions for us this week? I know you had a couple last week.
I've had kind of a crazy week. As you guys know, I found my birth parents' family, and so I've spent like 40 something hours on the phone this week. It's been absolutely nuts. That's more than I've spent in the last decade, by the way. So my life has been a little weird this week. Been kind of out of it, disconnected a little bit.
Yeah.
Because honestly, after I spend 4 or 5 hours on the phone, I just want to stare at a wall. That's not my life. I don't do phones like that.
I used to do phones all day. That was my job.
Yeah.
You talk about being emotionally spent.
Yeah, like I didn't really believe in the term social battery until this happened. And then it's not that I don't want to talk to them. I'm just not good on phones that long.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like it has nothing to do with not wanting to talk to anybody or not. I'm excited to talk to them. I'm excited to meet them and get to know them. I just have a hard time being on phones that long.
Well, and it's hard to have a conversation for that long, and just
Yeah.
being emotionally invested into the same conversation for that long.
Yeah, it's not necessarily easy. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't want to get the wrong idea. I'm definitely looking forward to talking to him and meeting with him. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Never has been. Well, in high school there were sacrifices made, but you know why.
Well, I mean, we do what we need to do to
do
get
what we need
the
to
reward
do
that
what
we
we
want.
need to do. Yeah.
And we just talked about this. If you want a reward, you perform an action. If that action gets the reward, you will keep doing that action.
Yeah.
So you may not be like talking on the phone, but if it gets you the reward you
But
want,
yes, I might talk on the phone for a little bit.
it's just the way things are.
Yeah, so actually, it's probably something I need to get better at, anyways.
Well, I don't know if you can. Just, and I mean that not a knock against you, but some people are just introverts and they get their energy from themselves.
Yeah, but I still think you can still be better at something.
Yeah.
Like I might never be good at it. I might never be super comfortable with it, but I believe that I can improve it. Stretch out the time that I can stay focused on this conversation. Things of that nature.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't ever expect to be amazing at it. That's no. We all know that. Just better.
Hey, always be improving.
Yeah. Man, I just inherited a gaggle of nieces and nephews. A gaggle. It's a gaggle.
A gaggle.
It's like a take a school bus to dinner type situation.
I'd say it's a clan, but like with us, that means different things.
Yeah. Maybe not that. Maybe we'll go there. But yeah, it's been a blast, and I recommend anybody that is even curious about their family history to do ancestry.com. That has been fun. Finding out about all these great grandparents and what they've done and some of the stories that are in the family. I think it's cool. pay attention, catch it on sale.
Yeah. It normally goes on sale during the summer and then around Christmas time.
I caught Christmas. It was $49 for the DNA test, and
So-
3 free months.
Nice. Yeah, my wife did it for a couple years. She put together a full genealogy family tree, and she went back to the 1600s.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
Like I had one grandfather that survived the Revolutionary War but died on a fishing boat.
oh,
Like in life, like how do you survive a war where you just line up and lob shells at each other, but then fishing boat takes you out? Ain't that a bitch?
ain't that a bitch? Well, I will tell you, one of the coolest things that we found out was my wife's family relates back to the Civil War and whatnot. And she gave me the last name of the family that was here. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And just unbeknownst to anything, I was listening to a podcast. Yes, I do listen to podcasts besides our own, so I do apologize. They were talking about Robert E. Lee and how much of a jackass he was. They're talking about Arlington, the cemetery of, that used to be his land. And they mentioned the first person that was buried in Arlington. And it was my wife's family's name. I went, huh?
That's crazy.
So looked it up. Yeah, my wife is related to the first person that was buried at Arlington National Cemetery.
That's nuts. One of my great grandfathers was hung in the Salem witch trials.
Oh,
Great grandfather. Many grades.
so now question, Dorian. I'll ask you first. How many witches were burned at the Salem witch trials?
Oh no. 6?
BJ, do you know?
No, I don't remember.
Not a single witch was burned during the Salem witch trials.
They were all hung.
They were all hung,
Mm-hmm.
except for one dude who was stoned to death. I'm sorry, he wasn't stoned. He was pressed to death by stones. So they kept getting him to try to confess, and they would ask him, "Hey, do you confess?" He said no, and they would put another stone on top. And towards the end, all he would say was just more weight, just F you, more weight.
Mm-hmm.
Light work. That's absolutely nuts.
And the random facts you learn throughout history.
Oh yeah. The stuff they don't teach in schools, the fun stuff.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, as I got older and I started reading different things, the way history is presented to you in school is just an outright lie. It's crazy.
Oh yes.
Or at the very minimum, an outright distortion.
It's more distortion than lies. Now that's going to change since we've lost the Department of Education, and they're going to start teaching the War of Northern Aggression. But that's different concept. But yeah, I mean, it's funny how like they will spend a chapter on the American Revolution, but a page as to what actually caused the American Revolution and why Britain had to tax the colonies the way they did. That gets completely forgotten about in history.
Yeah, but we don't like them taxes. Now we just pay taxes.
Yeah.
A lot of taxes.
And taxation without representation. No, you have representation. Like, just calm down.
I like the idea of getting rid of the property tax so then we can pay more tax on everything else. That sounds like a blast. I'm excited about that. Considering property tax pays for just about every service you need.
Well, here's the idea. If you get rid of property tax, which funds education, you won't have money for public education anymore, and then you can only have private education, and then there you can choose what students come into your building.
And then we're also going to be too dumb to understand that the sales tax doubled for some reason.
Yeah.
Because we're already halfway dumb enough to just let it happen anyways.
Yeah.
This is just getting awesome.
Hey guys, if you see me walking down the street by myself, just don't ask questions. Just know that I'm okay. I'm just doing what I need to survive.
No, I want to know. I'm probably going to ask questions.
Depends on what street you're walking down.
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
No, I'm going to ask him. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
I want to hear you say it.
If you're on the corner of South OBT and Americana, yeah, man, I'm about to talk to you.
It is always the joke. When I moved down here from Leesburg, for a year, I worked on the corner of OBT and Holden.
We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing.
Oof.
No. We know exactly what you're doing.
Technically, I worked for Save a Lot when I was the OBT and Holden, but
saving a lot of condoms. It's not even using them. Forget it.
But yeah, it's getting pretty bad, and it's gonna get significantly worse. And my favorite part is how people just don't understand how math works.
I mean, like basic math.
Yeah,
just numbers. Nothing crazy.
And you know how you can mistake 8 billion for 8 million?
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Yeah, we can be dumb. It's fine.
Yeah, and we're saving a bunch of money by not paying the contracts we signed. It doesn't work that way.
We're about to get hosed.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What really gets me is the fact that like people you thought were smart when you're growing up aren't seeing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, because the price of eggs will go down, right? The price of gas is going to go down, right?
Yeah, we're good. All that stuff that's not happened is going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super excited about that.
Like, and, you know, I listen to people, like you said, people we grew up with that I would listen to growing up with.
And I'm like, how did I do this?
What the
Why am I alive?
What happened to you?
How did I get alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, what the hell, man? People are insane. I don't know. What are you going to do?
Like I said,
drink.
Drink. If you see me walking down the street, just the question is,
you don't have to go full throat goat over that.
So Dorian, what are you gonna do? Because you're not walking down the street.
No, man, I'm actually well, I was told that I need to prepare for an alien apocalypse. So
okay.
So where did you get your DMT? And do I have to listen to Joe Rogan's podcast while I do it, or can I listen to like other stuff?
Look, man, yeah, so what happened was I was at the Target in Castleberry, and the guy was there, and the guy was like, hey, well, first off, I was wearing a Magic shirt. He was like, "You're a Magic fan?" I said, "Yeah." That's when all of a sudden he decided to want to talk about politics. I'm like, okay, here we go. So he said, everyone keeps worrying about the economy, but he said the main thing they should worry about are. He said, "Do you know there's different worlds out there?" I said, "Interesting." He said, "Yeah, there's different worlds out there," and he said that eventually there's going to be an alien apocalypse. I was like, "Okay." So okay, I said, how do you know? He said, because he said, we need something that's going to unite the world together. And you know what will unite the world together? An outside force coming in to take over our land, take over our planet. I said, okay. I said, how are they going to look? Are they going to like bug aliens or what? So he was like, don't know. He said, do you know there could be aliens amongst us right now? I said, okay.
Yeah, there are. It's okay.
So that's what the gentleman I mean, salute to him. I mean, he was a war vet, right? He said he fought in the I forgot what war. I want to say he said the Korean War. Older gentleman. He was in one of those riding wheelchairs, but yeah, he said that we should prepare for an alien apocalypse.
So, first of all, before we go any further, do y'all believe in aliens?
I know enough to know that I can't say no.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, fair enough. I
Okay,
agree with that.
yeah, I know enough to know that I should not be arrogant enough with all the space universe that we are it, because my God, we better not be it. Um, if there are aliens to this planet and they're driving by, flying by, and they see what we're doing to this country, would you risk sending people down, your race down here, or would you just kind of just watch and go, I'll get back there when they're done? They're
Or
fucking up
you could be like, these Earthlings are so stupid. We could easily take over. Yeah.
well, yeah.
Take me to your leader. Oh, your leader's Trump. Oh, cakewalk, cakewalk.
I had these magic beans.
You are in debt. Would you like for us to take over your debt? Give me your country. There you go.
So now, ironically, promise we didn't plan this. I was actually listening to a podcast on the way to work today about there were some UFOologists out west when things were kind of getting weird, and it was this engineer that lived just off one of the Air Force bases where they were testing like the stealth bombers and everything. So shit that the government didn't want him to see. So he was like, he saw all these lights out there. He's like, I don't know what's going on. So because he's an engineer, he put together this like high-powered radio receiver and pointed it to the base, and picked up some of the radio signals. And the guy was like, hey, Mr. General, I saw all these lights and I had my high-powered radio receiver pointed to your base, and this is what it said. So they brought him in, talked to him, kind of like, oh, well, this guy might actually think like things are real. So the NSA issued him a computer for him to listen to the aliens, and they kept sending him signals like every couple days on this computer, and just completely drove the man insane.
The government's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think? What are you supposed to say to that?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. If they would have paid you guys $1 million to spend 48 hours at Area 51, would you do it?
Yes,
Yeah.
because there's nothing there. Just an Air Force base.
If we're all freaking out about it and talking about it, you really think it's a problem?
Yeah. And that's what the podcaster was saying is like 90% of the stuff that you're hearing is planted by the government to cover up the shit that they're actually doing.
It's like the Cowboys trading for Tua or something, or like a big player. Like, no, they aren't. They aren't.
Huh.
But they're going to be wrapped up in it somehow.
It's a distraction because we can only focus on one shiny object at a time.
Because we're dumb.
Yeah, because so if you say aliens, you're gonna miss the drones in the back. So, yeah, you pay me $1 million, I'll stay at Area 51 for 48 hours. Absolutely, sure.
No problem.
Yeah. Now, Dorian, let me flip that around. If I paid you $1 million, would you stay in a haunted house in Savannah?
Nah. Mm-mm.
I'm sneaking an edible into his dinner.
Nope.
He not even know he's high. And next thing you know, he's just gonna be sitting there tweaking.
No way. And, hey, when it comes to spirits and stuff like that, no, I don't even entertain it. Nah. I've seen, dude, like BJ, I don't know if you heard this, but Miss Betty Crenshaw, she told me that the rumor in Yalaha was that at night you can hear horses, like you hear people riding horses, and she said that it's not people not riding horses. It says that she believes that it's the spirit of the Indians that lived in Yalaha, because she said that there's been times to where she'll wake up in the middle of the night, she'll hear people riding horses. He talked to neighbors, and they're like, I mean, no one's riding horses. And that's not the first time I heard that. I heard that again before uh with somebody else. I can't think of who it was, and they said like one night they were um they were woken up and they heard the sound like someone riding horses.
Hmm. And so, where do we stand on this?
Look, I don't put nothing past anything. When it comes to that spirit shit, hey, whatever's out there, y'all stay over there. I stay over here. I respect what y'all do.
I don't think that's how
I'm still
ghosts
here.
work, but that's an honorable attempt.
I'm just saying. I don't want. Nah, man. I
I don't
heard. I
think you
heard too.
volunteer to be haunted. I think it's like they
it
kind
kind
of
of just
pick you,
happens.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So you might want to watch out.
But do they pick you, or is it a
I don't know.
territory? If they're like, okay, you're
You seem like the kind of guy to haunt.
nah,
Well, they get a great reaction out of you.
nah.
That'd be fun to
Hey, you
fuck
want to
with
see
them.
this dude? You want to see this dude shit his pants? Check this out.
Yeah, just like with scary movies, like
Oh,
when you see people,
were you scared by the Blair Witch Project?
um, did I watch it? I mean, me and the
I
person
went
I
and
was
saw it at the
watching it
theater the
with,
week it came out.
yeah, me and the person I was watching it with, me and her didn't get a chance to finish the movie, so I still have to go back and finish it. I didn't finish all of it,
No, you didn't
but
miss much.
but like movies like Insidious and
You got tugged
uh,
out in Blair Witch Project?
huh?
You got tugged out in the Blair Witch Project? Is that what you're saying?
Man, all I'm saying is that we didn't get a chance to finish.
No, you're saying what you're saying.
I
You're
mean, you
saying what you're
said
saying. You're
it.
saying
You
what you're
said it
saying.
for me.
You insinuated.
Hey, I'm just saying, but that's what I mean. We didn't get a chance to finish the movie.
You're not saying. I'm saying.
All right, just
Yeah.
I'm letting you
Because
say
because you ain't saying.
it.
You're making me say it. We have
Yeah, I
listeners.
mean, it
We
was
must
a
take care of them. Make sure they understand what we're talking about.
right. It was a Netflix and chill moment. But during that time, I don't think it was. I didn't watch it on Netflix. I think we actually watched it on DVD because it came out what 2005.
Blair Witch came out when we were in high school.
Last year of high
Oh
school.
shit, that's right. What 99 2000?
98, 99, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but when I watched it, it was from a DVD. Matter of fact, it was a DVD from Blockbuster Video. That's how I saw
Shit, I know. I know. I'm gonna like when Dorian gets a new girlfriend. I'm gonna send him a DVD of The Ring and say, "Watch this."
it. No, but yeah, I do believe. Now, this is what I was told. I was told that if you respect the spirits, they won't fuck with you. And I was told this by I don't want to say her name, but we went to high school with her, and she was in band with us, and she was a baton twirler, and she graduated in my she graduated in my class, and apparently um yeah, she was a baton twirler, but then she ended up quitting. And I can tell you guys I'm on just in case she hears this. I don't
I
want to
don't
get
really
sued,
want to know
but
if she twirled your baton. I mean, if you're just
no, she ain't twirl mine. She was my type. I'll say that. But one thing I'll say this. So she dibbled and dabbled with some witchcraft stuff, and I remember she told me, um, my cousin, God rest his soul, Gerald Bedford, and some other individuals we had class with her. And she says, I talk to spirits. And she says, as long as you respect the spirits won't bother you. But if you're disrespectful to them, they'll harm you, is what she told me.
yeah. Well, I would tell you this that just like
Hold on. I'm putting in the chat for the person.
okay, just like with most things, there are enough grifters out there that have poisoned the well with regards to that. So like the Warrens and like the paranormal activity people, like they're just all grifters and liars. Could there be something? Yeah, I figured that's who you're talking about. Could there be something out there? Probably. Um, but I mean, there's so much money to be had by faking it to people. I don't
Mhm.
know what's real and what's
That's
not.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Especially when you took so long to type it.
Yep.
So
Weird.
Yeah. And I would tell you this from experience. don't mess with the girls that are into that occult stuff.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
They will put a curse on you, and it will last several years.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm confused now. Because
Uh-oh.
well,
I
no, I
don't.
mean, like, typically you're like a logic-based human. So you telling me you believe in curses?
Yes,
Who cursed you?
an ex-girlfriend from college.
When did your dick grow back?
Uh, Hey, all I know is when I broke up with her, like 2 days later, my dick stopped working for a couple weeks. I was like, oh shit.
You hit me against.
I didn't know what to say.
Yo, speaking of that, right? There was a person that we went to high school with, and she's she's Jamaican, and I remember it was a dude that we all know who tried to get her to go down on him, and she said she's not gonna do it. And he told her, he said if you don't do it, I'm gonna tell everybody something. And if she says if you do this, she says I'll make sure I put a curse on you to have worms coming out of your dick, right? Rumor has it, I don't know if it's true. I don't think
No,
it's
come
true.
on now. Where are you taking this
Rumor has it
podcast?
that rumor has it that that guy who said that he went to the hospital and got sick, and they found a tapeworm in his stomach. And I'll put his name in the chat. And they believe that it came from. I'll put her name in the chat, and I'll put his name in the chat
Fuck's going on with this country?
too.
Dorian's just calling everyone out on the podcast now. This is why we need
said-
actual sports and
He said,
football.
"Fuck Leesburg."
No, I'm not gonna put their name out, but I'm just saying that's some crazy shit for somebody to
I
say
really
that, and
want
then
to.
the guy actually had worms.
I really want to, but that's so dirty. And then Dorian's doing that thing where he like takes forever to type it and send it, so we're just sitting here hanging in
It's like
anticipation.
staring at the screen.
Yeah, like come on now. If you're gonna do this, do this.
I just sent it to you. I want to make sure you.
Oh,
Yep.
Alrighty then.
So it
Oh.
was my sophomore year that happened. So it was his senior year, and your guys' junior year. Yeah.
Okay.
And the girl who used to date him told me the story. And he said it because he told her like, yeah, man, like one time I got sick and found out we had I had a tapeworm when I was in high school.
are
And
we
I said,
sure? Are we sure this isn't dumb people being allowed to speak in public?
That may be part of it.
it could be too, yeah.
I mean, we saw what happened in the future as that progressed.
And the meek shall inherit the earth.
No, the fucking
Look, man,
idiot.
I just some crazy shit. But I remember she said that. I remember plain as day because we were at the
Was she a flag girl?
no. No.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I have to see. I'll see if I can find a picture. I send it, but
She's just a normal schoolgirl.
yeah. But she was popular because she can dance real good, and she used to do.
No, that's what
different
they called it.
I mean, I ain't never took it down. I don't remember, but
I know
but
there's a lot of Dorian stories. Like, this is what I've heard. I never partook, but this is what
But
I mean, I saw some. I mean, BJ, you got stories. I know you saw some stuff back in the day. We were in high school.
look, a lot of my shit's real specific. A lot of my
Look,
stuff's real specific.
we lived in a small town where there's not much to do, if any, right? If you weren't in band or playing sports, you were fucking or doing something, right? Or going to First Baptist.
And
I'll tell
then
you
you were
this.
fucking.
I watched one girl go through 3 guys in 2 weeks, and neither one of them believed that she had been with the other ones. it was funny to see like the denial
That's crazy.
that was happening.
That's crazy. I think the craziest thing I saw in Leesburg was I went to a guy's house and his dad
Where are we going with this?
was I'm bringing home, and the guy's house went to his dad was a dentist. I'll just say that. You guys probably know. Don't say the name. His dad is a well-known dentist. There was one in Leesburg, and he had a party at his house, and I saw some individuals that were on some it had to be ecstasy, and they were offering complimentary BJ's to whoever was willing and able. And I was like, oh shit. And it was the craziest thing I've seen because I'm like, this is not happening right now. And it's like, no, it's happening. Like they were like, hey, like, you want a BJ? Do you want a BJ? Like it was crazy.
Okay,
And
I'm sorry, I tuned out. Who's offering you BJ's? You went to some dude's house and you're talking about his dad and offering BJ's. I'm sorry, I
Damn.
tuned you.
no,
Damn.
no, come
Adam
on,
heard
come
all
on.
the words.
I ain't gonna let you try me like that, dog.
Adam
I ain't gonna let you
Fox-
try me like that.
Adam Fox
Everybody
knew
who
that
know
whole thing.
BC know how I get down. I do not swing that way. It was females there that we know that were offering. The guy who hosted the party had access from a guy who you guys graduated with, and he used to drive a Chevy SUV, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Right? You guys graduated with the guy. He supplied him with some stuff, and he was passing them out. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. And then those girls got on the beam, and then they were offering, some some head of lettuce to whatever guy who was open for it.
Well, you about got Dorian kicked off the show right
Y'all make I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, Dorian went to some dentist
Yeah.
house and get BJ's from a dude." No. I saw females that we went to school with who were on the bean, and they were like, "Hey, you come over here, you, and you over here." And then this guy, he was known for having full court basketball courts behind his house, right? So they were like, "Hey, some people go to the basketball court with some females, did they thing." You know what I'm saying? I was just being a spectator. And that actually happened. I saw it with my own eyes. And it was about what? It was about 20 people. It was about 20 to 25 people.
now. I got
Leesburg High School.
slapped up. Adam, I got slapped up. So aggressive.
Yep.
So Dorian, you went to the rainbow party.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Nah. It wasn't a rainbow party. I mean, it was some females there.
Well, okay.
Females we know.
So it's not that kind of rainbow party. So do y'all remember when we were growing up? Like at least my parents came was like, "Do you know what a rainbow party is?" I'm like, "Is it a gay thing?" Like, no, it's apparently this was on Oprah. So my mom was asking about it. Was that at parties, girls would have different color lipstick, and to see how many different colors a guy could get on his dick.
Oh wow.
I'm like, y'all know I don't
Damn.
go out, right?
Date.
Man. I had a good one liner, but I want Dorian mad at me too.
Man, what? It's gonna be on some gay shit.
That was some super gay shit. It was some super gay shit. It had something to do with you and a pocket full of lipstick.
No, dog.
So that's what a pocket full of sunshine's all about.
He's never coming back. We are forever crackers.
Yes.
Man, what you was about to say, man?
Huh?
I think the moment's passed.
Oh, I remember her. I remember her.
No
She was always
names.
nice to me.
No names over the air.
Oh no, 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 no. I'm not good. No, I'm not
Yeah.
good at that.
Was she nice to you or was she nice to you?
No,
Because she was
no, no, no,
nice
no.
to
I
a lot of
never.
people.
No, no, no. I never had that interaction with her. She was no, no. She was just like really nice. Like, hey, Dorian, like speaking nice and
Who I typed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was she nice to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Caused myself a little trouble there. Don't ever cheat on a girlfriend that does beauty pageants with a girl that beat her in the beauty pageants. Don't do that,
Oh,
bro.
Okay. Again,
Bro.
tune out. All I heard was over cheating.
It'd
I
have
was
been,
like, oh,
it'd have
stop
been
there. You're good.
easier. It would have been easier just to call her a fat garbage disposal of a woman.
wow.
It would have been easier to recover from that than to sleep with the girl that beat her in the beauty pageants.
That's
Damn.
like just kick one of them down.
Betrayal.
Bro,
Like no end.
Bro, the look on her face when I admitted to it. The look
What
on
made
her
you admit
face.
to it? You felt
The look
bad.
on her face. Guilt. Only guilt.
How did she ask you? Like she just came out and asked you?
Nope. I was a chump. I went up there and told her.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. I told you I was a chump. I'm not trying to come out looking cool in any of this at all. But
Dang.
yeah,
So how did you recover? Did she ever talk to you again?
we were together for 7-8 months after that,
Oh well.
and then a little bit after that.
Okay then.
Dang.
Well, I mean, if I can bag the girl that beat her in the beauty pageants, maybe she should pay attention.
Dang,
That's a
you
terrible
weren't
thing to
playing.
say.
Well, okay.
That's why everybody says, if I were you now, I was like, I did.
Yeah.
And it didn't get me where I wanted to go, so I really don't.
So did she come on to you? You came on to her.
Grew up together.
No, no, I'm talking about the person that's in the.
Yeah, grew up together.
Oh, okay.
2 houses down.
That's right.
We were
That's
evolving.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
We were evolving in the same neighborhood. And I don't know what my parents were thinking, but I was blessed with a pool and a jacuzzi. I had no game.
Right.
I had a bunch of water.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah, I
You
had
did.
no game. I mean, you get them to the pool, they're half naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what else I got to do?
Yeah.
Not
And,
much.
and you get them to the pool, you get them to the jacuzzi, you're 3/4 of
It's
the way
over.
already. Yeah.
It's over. Now they're comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're nice and relaxed.
Yeah. I'll tell y'all the story real quick. So, 2 people that you guys graduated with was having a sleepover, and they were like, "Hey, you guys should just come and hang out." So me and a couple of guys that you also know, we decided, yeah, we'll go and say hello. So as soon as they told us to come to the back of the house. As soon as we were going to the back of the house, the girl's mom came around and was like, "Hey, who's in the back of our house?" So we went running, right? So back then there's no texting, right? So we were calling and we were trying to disguise our voices to see if the girls can come out, but they never came out, right? So we ended up not getting up with them that night or whatever. So next morning we met up at the Winn Dixie. Remember when the Winn Dixie used to be on the south side, right? It used to be over.
Yeah. Right,
So we met at the
my
Winn
house.
Dixie. Oh, that's right. You did live over there.
Yeah.
So we met at the Winn Dixie, and then we were like, "Hey, we want to try it again. You gonna invite some more people?" "Oh, yeah, we invite some more people." But what ended up happening was one of the girls ended up getting nervous and told their parents that the 2 girls that I'm gonna put in the chat here wanted guys to come over to the house and messed up everything. So the parents was trying to get the names of us. So by the grace of God, they didn't give up my name, but they gave up some other guys' names who would come. And then I don't know what happened to them, but nothing happened to me. So let me put this name in the chat.
So Dorian getting
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and again,
Adam's got some stories about one of them.
yeah. Actually, no stories about both of them.
Oh, I saw the second one the other day, and I was like, man, that's a bowling ball of a human being. Just like 3x3. What you got going on?
Man, that was one of the scariest moments of my life because I thought and the thing was I was the first one going up to the door, and then the first person's name I put, mom came. Hey, is anybody? Boom! I think we jumped somebody's fence.
Oh yeah, you better jump something before you get jumped. Somebody's
I
uncle
know.
shows up.
Get lynched.
Yeah, because y'all
But-
forget, I did not grow up that far from your houses.
Right. Man. Oh, those were the days.
So, well, ladies and gentlemen, before we get doing into more trouble, I think we're going to call it a night. So this has been Sandlot Sports.